Από την αρχή πήγε την συνέντευξη που μας παραχώρησε ο Νταγκ Μπέργκαμ, ο Υπουργός Εσωτερικών υπεύθυνος για την ενεργειακή πολιτική των ΗΠΑ. Βρέθηκε στην Αθήνα την Παρασκευή. Του θέσαμε μια σειρά από ερωτήματα για την συμφωνία που υπέγραψε η ελληνική κυβέρνηση, που θα καταστήσει κόμβο μεταφοράς αμερικανικού LNG την Ελλάδα προς την υπόλοιπη Ανατολική Ευρώπη. Νομίζω θα βρείτε ιδιαίτερη ενδιαφέρουσα αυτή την συζήτηση που είχαμε μαζί του και αναφορικά με το κόστος του LNG σε σχέση με το ρωσικό φυσικό αέριο, αλλά και γενικότερα για τις γεωπολιτικές εξελίξεις. Ας παρακολουθήσουμε το πρώτο από τα δύο μέρη αυτής της συνέντευξης.
Secretary Bergam, thank you very much for being with us tonight. So, Europe moves to diversify away from Russian gas. How do you see Greece's role in this new landscape?
Well, Greece plays a pivotal role, and part of that is because of leadership and policy, and part of it's because of geography and history. From a geographic standpoint, today in Europe, much of Europe and Eastern Europe is dependent and became dependent on Russian oil and gas because of east-west pipelines. The idea to have a prosperity, solidarity, vertical north-south corridor that would allow energy to enter through Greece and go to the north, to allow countries that are landlocked, that don't have the ports and the shipping strength that Greece has, to be able to benefit to getting inexpensive and powerful liquid natural gas delivered through pipelines to those countries is the core to the strategy, and Greece plays a key role in that. And of course, it's already happening. This is an idea, but today at the conference, at this transatlantic energy collaboration conference, there was more deals signed at a conference than I've been to like ever in terms of actual deals, and great credit goes to both the private companies, the Prime Minister, the Energy Minister from Greece, but also the new ambassador to Greece from the U.S., Kimberly Guilfoyle, was at 2:30 a.m. this morning. She was still driving to get deals done that we could be announced today. So like President Trump, she wants to see action, not words, and a lot of great announcements today.
This morning, the Greek Prime Minister here at Zapios said that Europe's ban on Russian gas must be enforced, warning that Moscow's gas should not enter Europe through the back door via Turkey. How is the United States working to ensure that this ban will be enforced?
Well, there's a number of tools that the U.S. can use. The U.S. is very serious about it, and it goes everything from the tools that we might have relative to commerce or treasury and sanctions on countries that are violating secondary sanctions, as they're called sometimes, because in addition to the ban on Russian, when it went out a few weeks ago, it included over 50 subsidiaries of Rosneft and Lukoil, Russian oil companies. But then there's energy diplomacy, and that includes President Trump, picking up the phone and calling Prime Minister Modi in India and saying, if we're going to end this war in Ukraine, India needs to stop buying oil from Russia, even at a discount. Let's figure out a different way that oil that you need in India can be replaced with another supplier. So President Trump personally involved. It's all about peace right now around the world. He solved 8 conflicts in 10 months. He really wants to stop the killing that's going on in Ukraine, and he knows that when that stops, then the new era begins. But we cannot have dependence on adversaries for things that are, whether it's critical minerals from China or whether it's energy from Russia. The free democracies of the world need to be reliant on each other as opposed to our adversaries for something as essential as energy.
The U.S. LNG is widely seen as a more reliable energy source, though it comes at a higher cost than the Russian pipeline gas. This price difference could influence the productivity of the European economies. How would you address this challenge?
Well, this is one of the big topics we had today as we're meeting here with energy ministers from across Europe, because the price is also dependent on how it's purchased. If it's a long-term contract that is made versus just on the spot market short-term, the price comes way down. If the infrastructure is put in place through this north-south prosperity corridor, then that infrastructure will help bring the price down. So this is we're discussing all of these elements because we understand that there's a price difference, but there's also a price to pay relative reliability. I mean, as Bulgaria learned when the Russian invasion of Ukraine began, they just shut off the gas to Bulgaria. And what country can have their entire economy hostage to another country? So whether you would call it a security premium, this is something that countries are going to have to decide. But what we want to do is help drive that price down, drive security up. And the way we also get price down is increasing supply. Mm-hmm. The U.S. is building out over $100 billion of physical export facilities. Since President Trump took office, our exports are up 25%, almost all of that coming to Europe. And there are 8 more LNG export facilities under construction and permitted in America. We can double again the amount of supply that we're providing to Europe. We can replace all of the Russian gas with U.S. gas. So supply up, longer term contracts, better infrastructure, the price will come down.